Following your instincts can lead to some very inspiring places. Mercury in your ambitious 10th house is forming a supportive sextile to Saturn in your spiritual 12th house, motivating you to search for a meaningful balance between the purpose of your work and the purpose of your life. Listening to your inner guide and making sure the goals you are currently working toward align with what you want in the long term is vital. If not, a course correction may be necessary. The grass is always greener on the other side, and the further away said grass is, the more appealing it might seem. Venus in your daily routine sector is debating with Pluto in your adventurous 9th house. Even if everything seems fine in your immediate reality, it probably won't be nearly as exciting as all the opportunities waiting out in the great wide world. Don't sacrifice what you've already created for something that's only a maybe. You can fly free another day. The green-eyed monster could come for you today, Gemini. A conflicting square between Venus in your passionate 5th house and Pluto in your intimate 8th house could have you thinking you can have it all, especially if everyone else seems to be doing just that. Avoid comparing yourself to others, as that is the surest way to cause dissatisfaction on a personal level. Instead, focus on the bounty already in your life. You may realize that you have no reason to covet someone else's treasure. Someone may not be as considerate of your feelings right now as you would prefer. Venus is in your 4th house of feelings, putting you wholly in touch with your emotional needs. However, its square to Pluto in your 7th house of relationships could have someone act out in a way that leaves you feeling high and dry. Don't let one person's behavior totally derail your day, but if they overstep a line with you, you should let them know that they've gone too far. The flow of life may not be running as smoothly as you would like. The combustible square between Venus in your social 3rd house and Pluto in your responsible 6th house is to blame. While you'd probably rather go and do as you please, something or someone will potentially demand you put your nose to the grindstone. If people keep distracting you from your chores, try putting your phone on silent. You can get back to everyone once you've completed your tasks. Cosmic bliss can be yours throughout the day, Virgo. Mercury is dancing through your fun-loving 5th house, making this the perfect time to pursue your passions to your heart's content. One person may be especially helpful, as Mercury sextiles Saturn in your relationship sector, so you'll likely get better results when you make plans for two as opposed to just flying solo. This is wonderful for romantic and platonic partnerships alike, so there's no need to worry about labels. Simply act as a team. A family matter could stand in the way of pursuing your own pleasures. Your ruler Venus is in your sign, blessing you with cosmic bounty. But watch out when Venus squares Pluto in your home sector. This might stir up drama with a family member or roommate if you're not careful. Someone may respond poorly to your own desire for fun, so don't be shocked if they put a damper on your personal parade. Remember to make space for yourself as needed. A rewarding experience might be waiting for you behind every door, Scorpio. Mercury in your busy 3rd house is sextiling Saturn in your joyful 5th house, helping you find the perfect balance between productivity and fun. Mercury wants you to explore your options, while Saturn will make sure you have good ones to work with. The most difficult thing might be deciding what to pursue and what to leave behind for the time being. Take a chance on something cool and see what happens. A wise investment is a particularly genius idea at the moment. You're possibly focused on your finances, as mental Mercury enlightens your 2nd house of income. Due to Mercury sextiling masterful Saturn in your 4th house of foundations, that energy is being focused on long-term results. A respected relative or roommate could impart some advice that drastically improves your approach to your sense of wealth and security. Look for ways to put your money to better use that will continue working down the line. You might be your own worst enemy on a day like this. Venus in your reputation sector is brightening your inner light, so everyone can see, but the mood changes when Venus disagrees with all or nothing Pluto in your own 1st house of self-expression. It's easy to overstep yourself under this angle, and the worst part is you'll have an extra big audience to see any missteps. Do your best to avoid any unpleasant behavior. You'll thank yourself for it in the long run. Something that has lain dormant for a long time could rear up and surprise you. Venus in your adventurous ninth house is encouraging you to explore the world as much as possible, but its square to Pluto in your subconscious sector could stir up old drama you'd thought was over and done with. Instead of tearing off to new places, in order to avoid these demons, face them directly so you can rout them and remove them from your life for good. People overstepping themselves may feel more painful than normal at present. You're likely inclined to keep your thoughts to yourself while Venus tours your private 8th house, but that mood gets turned on its head when Venus squares Pluto in your people-pleasing 11th house, bringing unwanted attention to your most personal matters. That being said, just because people are being nosy doesn't mean you have to let them in on every secret. It's your job to let everyone else know where your personal boundaries lie.